All right, here we go, y'all. We're gonna talk about our July 2020 budget. Now, this is a budgeted. Obviously, we're not even in July yet. I haven't even received my first paycheck. I don't know what's going on. I will say what I do know so far is that last week I didn't work at all besides 1 hour just for my team meeting, but that was it. So out of my part-time hours, if you guys remember, I went down part-time. So versus me being scheduled for 40 hours, I'm only scheduled for 20 hours. I still get benefits and everything because with my job, even as a part-time, you still get your benefits. There's no change there, which is awesome. But yeah, I just wanted more time to spend with my son and to focus on myself. I will say last week and the previous weeks as well, I've been feeling really down. My depression's been getting to me. But you know, I feel like I'm kind of getting out the funk. We shall see. But yeah, so this is talking about my part-time job. So this is for the full month of July. I'm guessing, I could be wrong, I'm guessing $1,950 for my job. And then from Amazon, now I will say Amazon hasn't been giving out any hours recently. So yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. I didn't even want anything for last week, but come for the next 2 weeks or for the month of July, I do want to make around $200. Now I will say with Amazon, as a flex or alpha associate, I do have to work at least one shift. Now, one shift can be 30 minutes or an hour. As long as I pick up at least one shift and work it, I'm still an active employee of Amazon. So, and I always mention this, with my income for the first paycheck of every month, I do get paid some extra money. I don't disclose that, but just always know when I do my breakdowns, my first paycheck of the month is always larger than my second paycheck of the month. But all including that, I'm thinking about making $2,150. Now, this doesn't even take into account that I already took off a week, okay? But we have our rent. I do have to get Honey, our new dog, registered at our office or at my apartment complex. So I know it's going to be an extra $25 per month. And I forgot that there may be a deposit that I need to pay for her as well, which we'll go over all of that later on because I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to pull her adoption money from. So we'll have to get into that with my next paycheck. We'll figure that out before that bill is due because I did put that on a credit card, but I'm budgeting $820 for my rent for July. Dominion is on a fixed monthly plan of $113. My school loan is $127. Yes, these are federal school loans. They are on forbearance, but for the past couple of months, I still have been paying on it. My Capital One large credit card will be around $60 because I do still use my credit cards for some things and I pay it off at the end of the month or by the next bill. My Capital One small will be $200. I always try to budget $200 or less, but I know for a fact it will be $200 because my crustaceans is on there and my and what else? My crustaceans is on there and our internet cable bill is on here as well. My Discover bill I'm putting down at $0. I shouldn't have anything due on there. My Walmart credit card should be at $0. We'll see how that goes because we did go to Walmart today and got the dogs like another retractable leash that we wanted for our new dog Honey. And I got them some dental treats because Honey's breath is kicking. And what else did we buy for them? Oh, some flea and tick stuff. So yeah, donations will be $150. Insurance will be $75. Now, I have MetLife, and they said for June and July, they will give us a discount of 15%. June's bill hasn't come out yet, so whatever June's bill is, I'm pretty sure that will roll on into July's bill as well. So we'll see how much June's come up to for insurance. Is coming up close. So we'll see how much is deducted for July. For June, that's how much it will be for July as well. It'll be like $11, $9. Our cell phone bill, I'm projecting 35. That's for both me and my son's phone. We go through Xfinity Mobile, which is with Comcast, and we pay for both me and my son's phone. It's like $10. We pay like an installment plan of $10 a month, and we pay for 12. We share gigabytes. It's $12 per gigabyte. And usually we don't go over because we're basically always home and we don't have to use data. So that's why I'll be around, it's always around $35 unless we go over data. Our Richmond utilities, I'm budgeting $30. Our allowance would be for the full month. Every paycheck I get 50, Jamez gets 25. So that would be 150 in total for the full month, $75 per paycheck. And then gas for my car will be around $60. So if we look at the totals, that would bring us to $1,820. Now we're going to talk about my cash envelopes. My big one is groceries. Now, when the pandemic started, because of the uncertainty and just not trying to go to too many stores, I'm still cautious, y'all. I'm still cautious, but I think now that I'm down part-time, I have to be more mindful of my spending. And for the past, oh my goodness, I have to calculate this out. I don't know how long I've been doing $25 per week for our groceries for me and my son. It has worked out well, very, very well. I know it doesn't seem like much for $25 per paycheck for two people. Or every week. So $50 per paycheck doesn't seem like a lot, but when you can catch deals, you base your meals around the deals of what you're getting, what you're buying. So yeah, I brought that down starting the last paycheck. So going into July, we're back down, and I figured now would be the best time now that I'm back down to part-time until until August 7th, I'll be down part-time. Now that may change. If it does, I will update you guys and I will let you know why. I may go full-time before then. Food out is $15 per paycheck. Once again, this food out is for like Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, quick little things. So it's $15 per paycheck. We usually do really good. If I want to treat my son out to more, I usually just use my allowance money because technically, you guys, I'm not using my $50 allowance money for anything, okay? Me and Jamez maintenance, that's at $25 per paycheck for both of us. So $25 for each of us. So that's $50 per paycheck. So for the full month, it'll be $100. We have our house items, which is like our couponing. I've been doing $10 per paycheck, which seems to be pretty good because I am back into couponing. And with the I had a big stockpile of toilet tissue and things like that, which lasted us months. Okay, months. So we've done really, really well. But yeah, I'm starting to get back into couponing. So our house items will be for $10 per paycheck. Our outing is at $50, so $25 per paycheck. I do want to go on a trip with my son. I will share that with you guys later. He says, Mom, not right now. Let's wait till everything calms down. So he's not in a need to like go anywhere, which I'm fine with. We'll just keep on saving. Once I make the deposit of the money that's already in my wallet, we will be at around $700, close to $700 saved up for our outing trip. We do $10 per week per paycheck for laundry. We do pretty good. Sometimes we don't even use up that much because I don't James has a lot of clothes. I have a lot of clothes, it seems like. And we have a mini washer as well. So sometimes, not as much recent, but sometimes I will use the mini washer to get some clothes done so that and air dry it on my clothes drying rack, put the fan on it, and it does just fine. And then for the dogs, I plan on doing $10 per paycheck. So that would be a total of $340. That's for the full month, which is pretty decent. Now, now, because with life you do make adjustments. And when I was writing this out, I was like, you know what, Candace, if you had to cut back on some things, what would you cut back on? So some of the things I can control right now is I put this asterisk next to it, like my school loan. That's on forbearance, so that payment does not have to be made. So that would be $127 I could save. Donations, I can go down on my donations if I needed to. Our allowance, we can go down on that. And for gas for the car, really, y'all, I don't have to leave the house for anything besides going to the stores, and that's what I've been doing. But really, I can cut down even further. I don't have to spend $60 on gas. And you guys know I use Get Upside, and I use Get Upside for gas rebate, and Checkout 51 has it as well. But what I've been noticing with both Checkout 51 and Get Upside, they kind of speak to each other. So if one offer is higher than the other, it will only give me the offer just for the one that's highest, which works out fine for me. One way or another, there are ways for you to get some type of rebate back on your gas, whether it's $1 or more, or a couple cents. Hey, you're saving something. And then I went over here. Now, if this was still at $100 or $200, I would say we could save $100 on groceries, but $25 is at my bare minimum, okay, for groceries. So there's no changing that. I figured my food out, that's $15. I mean, I could save $15, but there are some times when you just want a quick something, and that's what it's for. I don't want to take away our food out. Our maintenance, that's something we can step back from. We have like 175 saved up already in both of our categories, so we really don't have to do anything for that. James is not in need of any clothes, and I'm not. So if we needed to cut back on maintenance, we can. Figure house items, that's very low as it is. Outing, really, I don't have to do outing at all, because who's going on any trips? There was a trip that I did want to do where we will still be social distance, and it will just be us and the dogs. But James said, let's hold off, and I'm fine with that. Laundry, to be honest, I could cut back on laundry, but if I want to take the lazy route and go to the laundromat, that's what that's for. And then the dogs, we don't need those, but I put asterisks next to the things that I know I wouldn't mind cutting back on. And the reason why I say this is because when we look at our budgeted, between these totals, this total and this total, we will be at $2,160. And I figured, hey, Candace, you already called out for a week. Now, this is starting in the beginning of the week. I was like, I'm not feeling good. So you know what, Candace, you may call out some more. So with these adjustments, if needed, I wouldn't do my school loan. That would be $125 saved. I would decrease my donations by $50. So my original was $100. I increased it to $50. So I would decrease it back down to $100 to save $50 there. I said to cut our allowance down to $50. So that will save us $100. So what I was thinking about with my allowance, because I really don't do anything with my allowance besides use it for food or purchasing things, which is not really for me, I would still give James his allowance, but I wouldn't take my own allowance. I just feel like my allowance is, I don't really care to buy myself anything. I'm just gonna put it like that. We can cut gas down to $30. I feel like I can do just fine with $30 for the full month. As I do work from home, and if I'm really not working at Amazon, and Amazon is not too far, it's like a 10-minute drive or 15-minute drive from my house. I put down save the money on maintenance. So if we didn't do our cash stuffing for maintenance for the full month, that's $100 saved. And if we did nothing for outing, that would be $50 saved. So we can do a total savings of, between these things right here that I mentioned and decreasing them or getting rid of them for the month of July, we'll have a total savings of $457. And as I mentioned, there are some of these other things I can cut back down as well. So we'll see. Now, I personally, I don't know why I wrote this down, but really with my Amazon money, I do not use that for paying bills. The amount that I usually would use for paying bills is just strictly my part-time job or my full-time job hours. So I don't know why I even included that, because this money always goes straight into my savings, besides the $10 that comes out directly for myself to use however I wish. But everything else just goes into savings. So technically I would be at a deficit of further more than that. It'll be like at a deficit of $200 and something. Well, 200 if we didn't put the Amazon in there. And this budgeted amount for my income will be at a negative $210. So this is where this will come into play. But I already know for a fact my next paycheck will be small. It will be only 20 hours on there. And then, you know, my income from elsewhere that I include. So we'll see how my next paycheck is going to be. I don't know how it's going to be. But that's just to give you an oversight of what my month could look like being down part-time. And I know this, and I was ready for it. I wasn't ready to not work a full paycheck. Like, come on, Candace, you're not even working a full 40 hours for the 2 weeks. You're only working 20 hours. But you know what? I have the money on hand. We will be okay. So I'm not worried about it. I kind of got ahead with putting up $400 for part or half of my rent with this past paycheck. So when this next paycheck comes around, we'll already have half of our rent already saved up. So that's awesome. So yeah, I'm not worried about it at all, but I was just like, oh my goodness. Candace, and if you guys watch some of my older videos back like from 2018 and 2019, especially 2018 there was a lot, and 2019 there was a lot of uncertainty with my paychecks because I was taking FMLA and taking unpaid time off of work. Yeah, I've always come through from it. I know how to budget my money. And now the only difference now is that I do have a cushion. I have almost 12,000 saved up in my, savings. And that's not even including the couple of thousand that was given to me as my reimbursement from helping a friend out years and years ago. So yeah, I mean, we're doing really good. I just wanted to share this with you. So if you're interested to see how my next paycheck will be, my first paycheck of July, please tie in, and we have some decisions to make. I know that for a fact. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Enjoy your week. Bye.